welcome back everybody to the Warlord of SBAS plays Torment, Ties of Numenera, episode 77. Last time we finished up in the first area of the bloom, talked to Waits for Prey. Then we went over here, talked to the new area, and talked to these two merchants. Found out this mall is where we're supposed to go, but it's closed off. And now we're talking to this guide about the different areas. So maybe we can find more where we need to go. So let's continue from there. I want to hear about the old slave block. Used to be a prison of slaves back in the days of Chile the Great. They carved it out of the bloom flesh. The straws that spat solid light and blades that weren't all there. Folks say that's where Chile was chained up, and that's where her legend was born. Wouldn't know it anymore. It's all about feathers and filth in there now. Ever since the merchants moved in, they're a pack of dirty thieves, and if you get too close to one of them, your thoughts get all staticky. Makes it hard to adjust just about anything. I hear it's because they talk to each other with their minds, but I guess that they can't do it quiet and polite. Alright. I want to know more about the mods and how they work. Gristler squints at you for a moment, as if trying to decide if you trust you or not. Then he nods. Mods door, see? A living door. It's a connection between somewhere in the bloom and another place. That other place might be right around the corner, or it might be in a whole different world. Maybe in a whole different time. It don't matter none to the bloom. Need to know? What's he doing here? And does the Mavor know about him? Only one rule with the maws. You feed them what they want, and they open. Trouble is, every maw wants something different. Might be an emotion, or a color, or the blood of a particular fellow, or if you're unlucky that day, might be your own two legs. Moths are stubborn, every one of them, until you give them what they want. They'll stay shut. Lowers his voice. Unless you got a way to cut them open. Take a special kind of weapon to do that. But the bloom don't like it one bit. She'll remember a fellow who cuts open her maws, and things won't get easy for the fellow around here. Said the bloom's acting strangely. What do you know? Do you know why? She's hungry for something or someone. I can hear it in her voices, just like when a mom wants to eat somebody. Only this time it's the whole bloom. This sort of thing used to scare me. It did. Probably still should. Wonder if the memoir knows who the bloom wants to eat. I'll bet she does. Why is the wagon just standing here? You better ask the two fellows here. He nods to the well-dressed merchants. See, they were supposed to be heading out for the intersection, but by way of the old trade post. But then the bloom decided to eat the trade post. So now they're stuck. I keep telling them to look in the bright side. At least they weren't inside the trade post when it got eaten, but they won't hear it. Never seen a couple of fellows so determined to be miserable. Grizzler squints suspiciously at the two merchants. Anyway, until they decide what to do next, we're staying put. And since they're paying my wage, I do what they tell me. He grins. At least until something better comes along, or someone else demands my time. There's some questions about you. Alright, what question would those be? You still call yourself a bloom guide? That's great. Glitcher flashes his crooked grin. Ain't nobody around here who knows the bloom as well as old Gristler. I hear myself out to fellows like these. He nods toward the two merchants who are standing nearby and get them where they need to go. Of course, I'm happy to give advice for free. Can't say I ever get tired of talking about the bloom, or about anything really. Did you say you were eaten by the bloom 3 times? Yep, Gristler beams, obviously proud of his achievement. First time the bloom ate me, she took my sense of smell and taste. That's fine, I told myself. Now I can eat all them foul-tasting vegetables that folks always said were so good for me. Second time, the bloom took my ability to feel fear. Pfft. Why'd I ever need that for? Just kept me from doing things that would make for me good stories later. Third time, the bloom took my legs. She was kind enough to cauterize the stumps, though, so I wouldn't bleed to death. Then I met a couple of fellows even over in the slump, and they fitted at me up with these. Crystal slaps the synth arms out. They're now starving as his legs. He leans forward and lowers his voice. Truth is, I'm faster and nimbler now than I ever was, but don't like to tell too many people or they'd all be climbing to swap their legs for a pair of arms. Why do you refer to the bloom as she? Do I? Gristler's face reddens. Must be because I'm always hearing her voice. With a whispery, chittering sound. Tells me when she's hungry or full, happy or cross. It helps to know that sort of thing when I'm guiding folks through her guts. You seem rather nonchalant about this place. Well, I've been here for a long while. The bloom ate my sense of fear, so there's that too. I like to think she's looking out for me. Sure, she takes a little part of me now and then, but life does that to all of us, don't it? Well, maybe not so literally, but you know what I mean. Look at Gristler's clues. The garment are rough but reasonably well made, although the material is strange to you. It seems to be a type of leather, but it's thicker and heavier than any leather you've seen. And the colors are scabrous and ugly. Gristler catches you looking at it and he nods. Tan bloom flesh, tough but strong. Old Sonderman made these. He waves a hand toward one of the walkway that leads off into the vast interior. Other questions? Alright. Talk to him. Learn about the bloom.
Yes.
That's everything over here, so let's go look over here. I can touch that. I can go in there. Sunderman the Elder.
Allow me.
Walks without fear. Another place to go. Alright.
Learning begets doing. Or is it the other way?
Sunderman the Younger, Sunderman the Older. Random doodads and knickknacks. Neat. Alright, let's talk to Sunderman the Younger. This friendly looking youth is dipping strips of cured bloom flesh into colored dye. He looks up as you approach, revealing starting yellow eyes. Hello, sir. Are you interested in your wares? They're handcrafted and one of a kind. What sort of work are you doing? I'm Sunderman's apprentice. That means I do whatever he tells me. Really, mostly harvesting usable bloom flesh. It's always an adventure, flesh harvesting. Though my elder tells me I'll be going away on a bigger adventure soon. He grins cheerfully. Can't wait. What do you sell here? Well, probably might be interested in this specialty items and armor we craft from bloom flesh. But we also sell everyday stuff like clothes and building supplies. Everybody buys from us, even those. He shivers. those Murdens. Talk to my elder if you want to buy something. It seems like you know the bloom pretty well. Are there any moths nearby? I know of one, sure, the Jurgen Slump. Been there a really long time. Here they're one of the old slave block too, but I don't go in there because of the Murdens, so I can't be sure. Isn't it dangerous to harvest bloom flesh? Not really. People only fear the bloom when they don't understand it. He puffs up his chest. I lived here all my life, and nothing has ever happened to me. Oh, but it will, youngster, chuckles the old merchant, who stands beside the apprentice. It will. The younger man laughs uncomfortably. You keep saying that, but you won't say when. If I did, says the older man, you might try to avoid it. I know I would, if only to see what happens. Alright. So I had to talk to the older merchant. Near a display of goods that all appear to be made by Bloomflesh. A stand beaten, carved, or cured. Stands an old man who looks fairly tanned, beaten, carved, and cured himself. He also has startling yellow eyes, just like his apprentice. Hello, he exclaims. Admiring my stock? You won't find anything else like it. Not even here in the bloom. All handcrafted and one of a kind. I have some questions for you. You wouldn't, when confronted with such unusual merchandise. Who wouldn't? Yeah. Ask away. Couldn't help but notice that you and your prince look very much alike. Well spotted. He grins wildly and twinkle in his eyes. And why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't you? Speculate that is, sir. Oh, I love telling this story. You'll never guess. I'm just going to go with blue this one because he's seems likely. Even time is not simple in the world. I think he is you. Ha! Well done! He claps you on the back. Not many people manage to figure that one out. Let me tell you what happened, or will happen, if you like. Actually, the England priest in the slump saw it too. It's somehow more obvious than somehow more obvious than it used to be. One day soon, my younger self will be walking along when the bloom will open a maw beneath him, and he'll tumble into another world. Years in the past, or maybe the journey to the past will be when he tries to come back. Whatever the case, it'll take him decades and worlds to travel back here. He smiles wistfully. I envy him. The experience he will have, but thank him for the memories. Doesn't knowing that will happen change the future? He frowns puzzled. Why? I knew that was coming, but it hasn't changed my past. Sounds like a Janet's journey. Shouldn't you warn yourself? I did, but I didn't listen. He smiles affectionately at his younger self. Besides, when I think about all the stories I filled my head with, it's hard to remember exactly what I said about when the big day is. He leans in closer and whispers, but it's coming soon. I have some more questions for you. Go right ahead. Tell me of some of the memories or experiences you had and will have. He looks over the younger self and who is audaciously. Not listening. He laughs a little and speaks softly. My first journey was to the desert world, where the natives looked like humanoid spiders. It's the best way I knew to describe them. They spoke with their minds, and I combined the combination colors that danced between their fingers. It was difficult to get them to understand me, but we managed to find a way. And luckily they didn't eat me. Then I'd gain their trust. I worked with them as a guide and a hunter. I'd flush their prey, and they'd snare it with great chemical latitudes. But one was always looking at me, like he wanted to get a taste of me. And one day he made a move. I ran and found the bloom's maw still open. But time bent, and I came back in the past. He looks at the younger self. The one you want to watch for is bleh. I'm not gonna pretend I can pronounce that. Tell me more of your adventures. Well, when I got back to our world, I didn't know it was the past, right? But no one I knew was alive yet. I went home and met my parents at the age my young self is now. I realized I needed to let out and get my feet under me, because I'd never been enough of an idiot to ignore good advice from an older self. He and his younger self. Well, enough of this. I set my heart on reaching the steadfast. Then I came on her. She was. Wait. Why'd you stop talking?
Making a note.
He laughs roughly, because I remember how frustrated I was when the old man wouldn't tell me about the beautiful woman he met. But let me tell you this. He was tall and dark and with eyes that dropped away into eternity. Her voice was the sweetest music, and when she spoke, I had to concentrate to get her meaning, because otherwise I'd drift away on the song. The song her form was a delay, and we shared a time that he breaks softly and blushing. It was the best time of my life. Tell me more. Not boring your ears off yet, huh? Yeah, fine. We spent glorious years together, she and I. But as the time went on, I aged and she stayed radiant. She was an augur, see? She long-lived and wise. Eventually I told her I had to return to the bloom to teach myself how to live. And that it'd be years before I could make it back to her. And I'd be old enough when I got back. She didn't care. She said she'd find a way to make me She'd find a way to make me young again, and to grant me the span her kind takes for granted. When the boy, her heads, when the boy here heads off on an adventure, why, and I'll go west again and find her. No more about the adventure? He laughs. That's all the stories I can tell you about here. Here's where I tell you. I need to say some surprise for my younger self. He laughs again. Sometimes the time stream seems to make things especially easy. Would you be interested in taking another apprentice? I know a young man who needs a job. The merchant brow forwards as he considers a proposal. Finally shakes his head. No, I'm sorry. I've only room for the two of me. An apprentice? Room and board alone would cost at least 140. Hardly worth it. Let's try this one. Your store is clearly flourishing. If you don't need another pair of hands now, you will soon. See, 45 without using anything. Yeah, let's just go 100%.
Making a note.
Southern man thinks, and then nods. Bring your would-be apprentice here, and I'll see if I can find him some work. Cody can make a good life here, Ren whispers. Let's go and tell him. What exactly do you sell here? Bloom flesh, my friend. Bloom flesh. You craft everything out of it. Clothing, armor, building materials, jerky, you name it. The bloom cultists in particular love to start wrapping themselves in bloom flesh. But everybody buys from us, even the Murdens. You might say business is blooming. He raised his eyebrow at you expectantly. Ha! Prentice laughs. Good one, Sunderman. Thanks, Sunderman. He says that old merchant. I liked it myself when I was first heard it. Ha ha. What do you know about the bloom cultists? Got some odd notion that these folks, they worship the bloom as a deity and aren't afraid of being eaten. He shrugs. Crazy, of course, but they're my best customers, so I just smile and nod when they natter on about it. What do you think of the Murdens? Sunderman grimaces. Those hunchback beak face will steal anything they can get their claws on. We sell clothes to them. Because of that, they mostly let us be. But I trust them as far as I could throw them. And I'd advise you to do likewise. What do you have for sale? Let's see. Bloom flash. 7 armor, 5 resistant. Minus 3 to might and speed. Minus 15 esoteric attacks. It's good armor. The start of each turn, tentacle lashes out. Near enemy does 6 transdimensional damage to the target. Heals. Ooh. That is some nice armor. Much better than my shitty armor. But I lose 30 might and speed. And 15 esoteric attacks. Huh. I'll think about it. Bone shard like melee weapon. Blood gold to mental damage. Points of speed. The speed and edge one does. This flesh armor is pretty cool. Oh, it's expensive though. I'm gonna have to sell some crap. This doesn't really do anything, does it? That's useless. What is this? From an organic metal vine you found growing. So some unusual magnetic properties. Useless. Useless. That's actually something of use. Something of use. Just trying to clear out the random crap I have that has no use whatsoever. At least none that I could see. Other than selling, of course. Infinite. Weapon to plus 5 higher head. Gel. With that. War mass. I could sell that. What is this? Item that might be useful eventually. Known powers. World. What is this? Odd glove, 6-finger glove, so I can sell that. How much is that? Oh, so expensive though. Boot ears. This one allows me to see things that are not there, so I'll keep that. Or in a different reality, anyway. Give me alone. Do I want it? Oh, that's tough. Let me check. What am I? Let's see, 12, so it would go down to 9. 6. Ugh. No, I can't convince myself to do it. It just costs too much. Alright. So let's go back to the beginning area and tell that guy he has a gerb now.
Yes.
Gerb. Loading screen. Getting loaded. I should talk to the M4 first. After this. I don't know. Cody, I got a job for you. Cody looks up at you without a word. His eyes are dead as before. I got you an apprenticeship with Sundermans. You can start immediately.
Making a note.
Oh, like making stuff out of. He studies the bloom flask. He's sitting on your shoulder. Sitting on his shoulders. Right, thank you? He walks away uncertainly, but lighter on his feet than you've seen him. At least you get to make things, Cody. And it's not like you had to deal with living flesh. She laces her fingers through yours. I think it'll be really good for him. Thank you. No problem, Ran. Alright. We're going to finish here. And next time we're going to continue exploring the bloom. I might actually try to talk to the Mimvora. Because, well, we need to talk to her eventually anyway, so. Until next time, remember, embrace the chaos or you'll go mad. Bye!